Welcome back to Zwartkops and to the final round of National Championship Extreme Festival. It's two-wheeled action coming your way now, and the Bridgestone Thunderbikes are going to be boosted slightly here, and I'm sure the crowd are going to be enjoying all this action from our two-wheelers. When I say boosted, Kinsella steps up from National Championship duties alongside Gavin Upton's brother Darren to join Lance Isaacs as ex-National Championship riders. Certainly going to be a big fight at the front end, and a lot more than I think what Lance Isaacs was hoping for. Hendrik de Bruin with massive improvements throughout the season and looking forward to taking on SA's finest. Upton on the Suzuki, pushing hard, and of course look at that. That is great to see. Kinsella at the front end. Let's see if we can keep it all together here as the lights go out for race one. We're on board with Sella. It's a good start from the Suzuki of Upton. A great start coming out of Nicholas Schroebler as he goes side by side with Lance Isaacs. Looks like Upton has got the whole shot. No, he hasn't. Oh, look how tight it is between Sella and Upton as they head down towards turn two. Sella's got the whole shot now. He's got Upton on his tail. Lance Isaacs on the Superbets BMW there into third place. The rest of the pack starting to sort things out there. Damien Purificati started to come through the field as well. Watch out for him and Hendrik de Bruin going at it. Good start out of Gavin Upton as well. The rest of the pack now, they're a little bit further back than what they'd like to be, but look at how these guys come through there. Harry Timmerman stepping up into the sub-10 class and looking to wrap up a double championship there for the Superbets team. He's in the mid-pack, and look at, Milwaukee Racing's Lundy Sinden going side by side with Action Jackson. Two of them coming very close. This is Schroebler's point of view as he comes late on the brakes up into Sassel. Sella's got away, but Isaacs ran wide there and just managed to keep out Upton. He's now got that R1 on his tail. BMW, Suzuki and R1 fighting hard as they head down into GNH Transport Corner. The battle's for second here, but it's a super battle, that is for sure. With the Superbets BMW leading out over that incredible high-tech Shure Suzuki. They go down into turn one. Further back, de Bruin up into fifth. Hendrik de Bruin finding some special pace there on his machine as he heads down into that turn one. That R1 is very good. The Mag Shure bike there coming through, that'll be Byron Rothko. Rothko fighting for sub-10 honors there with Aidan Barnard. Looking very tasty as well with Harry Timmerman. Three-way fight for that sub-10 category. In the mid-pack, though, they're starting to sort things out. Speaking of sorting things out, the Joker is all over Upton. Schroebler once by. Oh, man, they touch! What is that? Can you believe it? Schroebler and Upton touching through one of the most dangerous points on the circuit. Schroebler diving on the inside. This time, Upton gave him a bit of room, but there was no room whatsoever, and more of a motocross block pass there from Schroebler as he dived on the inside to find a way past the Suzuki. I think Upton will look to return the favor at some point. Sella checking out and disappearing there. The King Price bike for Yamaha. He's done exactly what he's done in National Championship racing over the past 5 seasons. Wasn't able to quite do it this year with Michael White taking the overall championship, but Sella certainly coming to grips with Thunderbike racing right from the word go. Kind of expected it though. Pierre Schroebler having a bit of a fight there. That's for the top 10 honors there with Matthew Herbert and Mornay Potgieter. Look at the pace of Sella. Oh, he's just in a class of his own, getting away here from Lance Isaacs, who's looking to wrap up this Thunderbike Championship. It's Schroebler, then you've got Upton. Behind that's de Bruin. Gavin Upton trying to keep out the rest of the pack of riders. Oh, man! Can you believe that? A little bit of wide action. Matthew Herbert starting to come into play as well as Pierre Schroebler. Further back, that is Keith Agliotti having his own little fight. Wayne Spicer's in there as well, and Harry Timmerman. Oh man, just great to see. Small packs, all on even kind of lap times, and all fighting hard. Coming into some back markers now, Sella won't have too many issues with them. He's got through them pretty rapidly and heading down towards the checkered flag. The King Price Extreme Yamaha, looking for an overall victory here in race number 1. And he's got it. Done and dusted. A massive margin over Lance Isaacs. He'll be happy with that. Isaacs will just be happy with the second place. And of course, the Thunderbike Championship for 2018. So your winner is Kinsella. Your champion is Lance Isaacs in second. Schroebler finishes in third ahead of Upton, de Bruin, Purificati, Gavin Upton, and Matthew Herbert. Let's have a chat to your new champion, Lance Isaacs.
To win another championship in this fashion, in a new series, I'm actually extremely happy. I can't thank my sponsors enough, Superbets Gaming Group, BMW Motorrad, Fuchs Lubricants Race, all the guys that have supported me, my team, Dean, James, Ingy, everybody, the whole family and friends that have been supporting me. I have to say a massive thank you to Thunderbikes. Thank you guys for welcoming us into your series. I've had the most fun I've had in a long time.
That looks like fun. Let's see if we can get it all onto the track though for the final time now for the Bridgestone Thunderbikes. Incredible to see lap times of 101s on these Bridgestone tyres coming out of race 1 winner, Kinsella. Let's see if anybody's got an answer for him now. I think the Joker might have something up his sleeve. Off the line, they're going down towards turn 1. Another good start there from Upton on the Suzuki, but it is the King Price Yamaha that leads down into Compendium Insurance Corner. This time with a little less pressure. But you can see now heading into turn 2, the pressure's back on as the Joker comes around the outside and sweeps into second ahead of Isaacs and Upton. Kevin Upton just behind his brother Matthew Herbert in that little pack as well. Remember, Herbert only jumped on 1000cc about 3 race meetings ago, so he's still getting to grips with it and finding his way. Hein McMahon starting to come through as well. Another good start from him, just ahead of Harry Timmerman. There you can see Timmerman on the number 13, and he's looking to wrap up a double title for the Superbets BMW team. Well, Sella runs a little wide. Oh, Upton running very wide out of the top turn there. Not quite like Darren Upton to make a mistake like that. Nearly cost him a couple of positions. McMahon just in the mid-pack there with Spicer and Timmerman. Behind them, I think that was Agliotti on the west side and Ridgeway Race Bar Honda. They come down on the braking markers. This is a good move here from Hendrik de Bruin. A bad move from the Suzuki. Upton is battling. Something's wrong with that bike. He's done something to change the settings and it's not working. Darren Upton with some problems. Speaking of problems, whoa, Isaacs runs wide. Trying a maneuver there on Krobler. Krobler just kept it all upright. Watched Isaacs go sliding past, and Isaacs is going to have to do it all again. This is Sella's point of view. This is what 101.9 looks like on a big Yamaha R1. Trying to close him down, though, is the Joker. Isaacs, well, is he going to push him hard? We'll have to wait and see. Gavin Upton side by side with Hendrik de Bruin as they come down into 4 right on their tail. It's Matthew Herbert. Purificati not too far away from them as well. You can see him just in the background as they come flying through turn 4 and up the hill towards Sassel. Krobler hasn't gone bar to bar with Kinsella in a long time. I'm sure he'd like to close that gap down. Oh, issues. That's Spicer. He runs wide. Looks like there might have been an issue on the Honda because that's Agliotti on a BMW. Keith Agliotti, first time out on an RR for him. Still some issues there for the Suzuki. Wow, whatever they did to change that bike, it's not working for Darren Upton. He is fighting that GSXR. Hendrik de Bruin from Upton, from Matthew Herbert. Bit of close quarters there from Purificati now on the back end of Herbert. Then you can see the Suzuki just behind. Here we go, flying through Lundy Sinden. Wayne Spicer comes flying through as well. He's back on track. Good to see a recovery. Oh, he has a problem. Right for the Mava, running wide and onto the dirty stuff. Can he keep it all together? The RBS Yamaha man. Wow. Funamova, you know how lucky you are there. There are a lot of riders who have not made it coming out of turn 1 after an incident like that. But well held, sir, and back on track as quickly as you can. Very lucky to avoid a massive incident there, Funamava. This is Sella's point of view earlier on of Lance Isaacs, also getting very lucky out of turn 2. Krobler capitalizing and getting up to second. This is it. Full flight from Nicholas Krobler. The GME Adrenaline Passport Yamaha trying to find a way to close down on that King Price Insurance bike. I don't think they're even going to see Sella. He's right at the top of the hill as this Yamaha comes out of the bottom on the checkered flag lap. It's Isaacs. Oh, Isaacs diving through. A little opportunistic riding coming out of Lance Isaacs. Sir Lancelot means business, showing the way around to the Joker. He says, if you want to win this championship, you've got to beat me. And that's exactly what we're looking forward to in 2019. Possibly with Sella joining the pack. Sella comes for a double victory on that King Price and bike for Yamaha. He's happy about that. Isaacs comes through for second place, beating Krobler on the last lap to take that away from him. De Bruin in 4th, Matthew Herbert in 5th, Upton beating Purificati, and Pierre Krobler up in 8th. Let's have a chat to Kinsella on the King Price Yamaha.
Yeah, you know, it's actually quite awesome when you line up on the field and you look back and there's 22 other guys going for you, of course. But yeah, it's awesome. I must say this series is actually fantastic. I mean, King Price today put on, we've got 150 guests for Nasus Racing, and yeah, you know, it's actually quite special to race against some competitive guys, fast guys, which we have in our normal series, but you know, lots of guys and in front of lots of people here today, which is what it's about.